Hello and welcome back to Electric Petrolhead. Now, I'm a big fan of electric cars now, but I've been a lifelong petrolhead, and my definition of that is just someone who likes cars, likes driving, doing track days, goes to Goodwood Festival of Speed, all these type of things. It encompasses so much more than just the petrol element. So yeah, that's why I named this channel. Back then I had a Boxster as well. Now I've just got electric cars. I think I'm in quite a strong position to talk about 2030 and the end of petrol car sales, and is that going to kill off the petrolhead? Because in my opinion, it won't. And there's two reasons for this that I want to talk about quickly, and obviously this is a massive discussion, and if we could go to pubs at the moment, it's the kind of thing I'd probably be talking with my car mates about. But yeah, let's talk about my two reasons. Number one is the best handling cars and the best drivers' cars have probably already been produced. I would far rather take something like a 430 Scuderia, a 458 Speciale, maybe a Superleggera, Gallardo, something like that, out than the model equivalent. With a few exceptions, such as Gordon Murray's T50 project, I think all the best cars have already been built. Money No Object, McLaren F1s, Carrera GTs, F40s, F50s. Those are the cars that are going to really get an amazing reaction from a petrolhead, as opposed to buying something like an 812 Superfast, which is an amazing car, but it's just so quick. It's really hard to sort of get a real enjoyment out of those cars. Some of my best drives have been in quite low powered cars. I love Lotus Elises, for example. I just think they give you such a big thrill. Money No Object, I'll probably try to get some kind of EV conversion done on a Caterham, or maybe a Mark 1 TVR Tuscan. Really lightweight cars. Only put the bare minimum of batteries in it for those Sunday morning hoons. I think it'd be really good. So yeah, those cars still going to exist. There's talk about synthetic fuels and all those type of things, but I just think if you are a petrolhead, they must have the 6-speed gear change, or enjoy the noise of a petrol car. You're still going to be able to do it. So the end of the petrol head that drives petrol cars is definitely not ending. The second point, there is so much cool potential in electric cars that hasn't yet been seen. Look at Tesla with the Model 3 Performance and using the track pack. You are able to play around with where the power goes, front, back. There's so much potential there to have a play and make the car handle as you want. The engineers I've spoken to are insanely excited about mainstream brands that currently make supercars like McLaren and Aston Martin go into electric, because they can do so much with that control and they can make the cars drive really well. So yes, you probably won't be shifting gears, but then regen is a skill in the same way as heel and toe in, and I'm sure some petrolheads are laughing at me right now, but bear with me. Timing regen into a roundabout without touching the brakes is quite satisfying. It's a skill, and you get better at it the more you drive your cars. I don't think it's going to take away too much. There's also another benefit, which is just the way that driving an electric car just reduces the guilt. Yes, you're still shredding tyres, and tyre pollution is something that the companies really need to improve, but being able to drive out of your neighbourhood at 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning without waking everyone up, that's just making life easier for everyone. Going out for a real good drive, knowing that your car has been fueled up from wind power overnight, and you're not burning crap just to fuel a hobby, it's just satisfying. And the more ex-petrolheads, they're still petrolheads, aren't they? But you know what I mean. The people who used to drive M5s, RS6s and are now driving Teslas, they don't really miss those cars. Quite a few people I know had both at the same time, and over time they just realised they weren't driving their petrol car and they sold it. I just don't think this is the end of petrolhead era. Honestly, I would still love a petrol modern classic. Like I talked about, the early GT3 RSs, the Stradales, the Scuderias, the Diablo. Those type of cars, I would love to have one of those in the garage. I probably wouldn't drive it very much. I would just tinker with it. I'd enjoy the playing with the engine kind of thing. I just wouldn't drive it that much because of guilt and everything else. I just would rather drive an electric car like Model 3 Performance. And with the Roadster 2 coming out and some of these hypercars, there's some really interesting electric cars. So don't be scared of them. Don't think that legislation and the want to make the world a healthier place is taking away your fun. If you are a die-hard petrolhead watching this, go and drive a Model 3 Performance, go in with an open mind, think about what you actually enjoy from the drive, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. This is just a different era, in the same way as a lot of people were going, oh no, the NA supercars were the best, now we're in turbos. A mix of electric daily, and then maybe have a 1990s, early 2000s modern classic in the garage for those Sunday morning drives when you do want to have that petrol thrill, and then see how much you actually use it. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. Don't be scared of the electrified future. It is fantastic. I know so many people who really love it. Yeah, just embrace it and enjoy just a different type of driving. We're still petrol heads, we still love our cars. We're just slightly different propulsion now. Thank you for watching. See you in another video very soon. Bye.